So then we get match number 1, which is Koko B Ware versus the model Rick Martel, a match that goes for just under 4 minutes and ends when Koko misses a crossbody and Martel applies a Boston Crab for the submission victory. Matt, your thoughts on this one?
This was a good little opener. To be fair to them, I can't say that I was massively expecting that much, especially of Koko B Ware, but he actually surprised me a little bit. He was a lot more sort of athletic than I was actually expecting. He did some, quite a good couple of sort of drop kicks early on. There was a crossbody in there, and it was quite a sort of fast-paced start, so I did quite enjoy it. I was also quite surprised by the amount of heat that Rick Martel was getting. He managed to get a nice standing vertical suplex in there. A really cool-looking backbreaker. I like the fact that he used the Boston Crab. I thought that was good. I was a bit surprised that the Koko didn't get the finish. I thought that would have been a sort of better way to start the show, but it was good. It was a good little match. Good start to the show, to be fair.
Rick's music was really lovely. I can imagine if you're an insomniac, that would really help, or perhaps in a relaxing bath. Koko hit a drop kick in this earlier. It reminded me of a classic Mid-South moment when he basically murdered Gustavo Mendoza with one right to the jaw, which rocked his head back almost like it had decapitated the poor guy. I'll try and find that clip and tweet it out when the show comes out. And I actually really like this. About as good as a 4-minute match you can get. And the heel got a clean as a whistle win, which I always am fond of. So I thought it was an enjoyable start.
Well, yeah, I mean, this was about Martel, right? This was about pushing him. It wasn't about anything else. There wasn't really a feud, I don't believe, going on between the two of them. And it was entirely about Rick Martel's about a year ago, because we saw it in WrestleMania 5, his turn against Tito. But Rick Martel's a heel. We've got some plans for him. We need him to get a decent victory, a clean victory, and he got it by submission. There's something that in my mind, old school thinking was that as a babyface, you couldn't get submission victories because it was a heel thing to do to get a submission victory. I don't know if I'm making that up, and it certainly isn't so old school that, because obviously Bret Hart got submission from most of his opponents. But I'm talking about like 80s and going back into the 70s. It was kind of considered, as far as I can tell, a kind of heel thing to do to get submission victories. Interesting.
Didn't get many submissions in the WWF that I can remember in the 80s. I don't think on pay-per-view that I can recall.
And that would make sense, because if it was a heel thing, the heel never got clean victories. So, it would make sense if you didn't see many of them.